Hello everyone, I'm Kano from Liquipedia, and today I'll give you an introduction to the Valorant match pages. It's a new feature we've added, so let's first take you into what the new match pages actually are, and then we can head into how to actually work with them. So, if we go down here, you might notice some new things on these matches. There's 2 new buttons. You can find the same when clicking on a match pop-up now, which is the Add Details button, which means there's not a match page created yet, and you have to create one, or the Details button, which means the match page is there, and then you can navigate to it. So in this case, the mouse versus alternate text match, we can sort of highlight what's new. So we can press here. I've opened it up in a new window. You can also directly go to it. We have mouse versus alternate text, as you can see. And then we have the tournament name, the date and time, so as usual. And then as you can see in large, you can now see the map veto first, followed by tabs to each specific game. So I can go to the Haven game, which is followed by just a round breakdown. So this was the score on this map. How long did the map take? You can see how many rounds they won on what side. You can also see it in a view here where it's shown what side, what way did they win in a timeline. And then we have the player performance stats, so you can see what agent was picked by which player, what their ACS score was, KDA, and other statistics. So that's in a nutshell. If you want further info, there's some links or casters listed. And that's the nutshell of the new match page. So how do we actually work with them? How do you add a new match page? How do you add and edit an existing match page if the match is ongoing? That's what I'll show you now. So in my example, we'll take a tournament that's currently, most of it has already been played, so we'll convert the old matches to the new format. To also show you how that looks like. And then also how would you add a new match. So in this case, we have this tournament here. It's almost done. And then we have esports teams 20. And as you can see, if I click this, there's the Add Details button. So I can create the match page. And the same goes for this one. But first, let's just look. This is how it currently looks like in edit. You can see the previous information as this the day, esports team 20 versus Snooze Esports, pick spans. And then these stats are all manually filled out. That's no longer a thing. The match page itself is pretty simple in terms of what you actually have to enter. So let's go back with step 1, which is to press the Add Details button here, which will bring us to an empty page. As you can see, it's called match ID U3 something, round 3 match 1, which relates to what the bracket actually calls it. So we have the bracket ID, which is what this is. It's the same. And then round 1 match 1, it's the same here, round 1 match 1. So what am I supposed to do on this empty page, you ask? First, start with the bare bones. There's this page here, a special query / match page copy pasta, in which you can set what this match is. So it's like it's a team match, it's a best of 3, true. We want to show all of these things, and then we can run the query and it will give us an empty template to put on this match page. So we copy this, selecting copy, go back to our match page and just paste this in here, and boom, we have the bare bones. So if I would add very quickly a match that would be upcoming, so let's just take this and we change it to June 8th this time, and we want to say it's team Liquid versus G2 Esports, and I know none of the details yet. It's just creating the bare basic upcoming match page, for example. I can press show preview here now, and it will just give me upcoming match G2 Esports, team Liquid, this time and date. So that's how an empty match page would look, but we're converting a previously made match. So let's go back. When you're converting an old match to a new one, you can essentially copy this whole top part here. Type online May 28th, 19, finishes true. The map veto, because it's at the top. We can go back here, select all of this, and paste. The only thing that changes is online, it's a specific thing. But all of this code remained the same, as you can see. It's just filled in. So that's the first part. We now have esports team 20 versus. If I press show preview, it will error because the match is supposed to be over, but there's nothing entered yet, so don't worry. It's broken, but you can see the map vetoes here. Just ignore the warning message. This was expected. And then we head into the map 1, map 2, map 3. So as you know, previously here, each map, you had to fill in all of these details by using the Valorant database. We're still using the Valorant database, so that's not changed. However, you don't need to insert the match and then pop out the code. You will now just go to the Valorant database. I've found these matches back, so I've already selected them. And then Valorant database, this map was the map on Ascent, which ended in 513. We can double check this. So here, map Ascent, the scores here total 513. Yes. So we know we have the right match, and we need to know that as usual, you need to pay attention to which side they're on. So in this case, the team that has Lars on it, just to remember, is the team that is supposed to be in the top part because they're part of esports team 20, so team 1. So in this case, I can now copy the match ID, then head back to my match and enter the match ID here. So in this case, I would enter this. I can hit show preview again and hopefully it doesn't bug out. You can see here the first results of the game have now successfully been entered. Lars is indeed on the esports team 20 side, which is good. And then if we have the second match, which I've also opened up here, it's the same here. We go back to our match ID here. We can again show preview and we can see game 2 Haven, game 1 Ascent. So in the case that the match information is swapped around, because for example Snooze Esports would have played on the other side of the lobby, what you can do, if I hit reverse this true on this, you can test this out. So currently on game 2, player Lars is on the left. I hit reverse this true, show preview, we go back to game 2, Lars is now on the right side. So that's something to keep in mind. You will need to flip to the correct team, essentially. So in this case, my matches were already correct, but sometimes you will need to flip them back to the right order. So if you head back to this original match, it was a 2-1 victory. So for the third map, what you can do is we remove this because this map was played, and we can still enter map was Icebox, and we said finish is skip, and then enter this because I like to have it clean. So that's how you enter that. If you want to add the VOD, for example, you can add it per map here, same as usual. So that's how you sort of update this match. So now if I were to hit save, I have created my match page with Snooze Esports winning. Everything looks correct. This is still a small bug with empty space appearing. You can ignore this for now. Do not worry. I can head to the playoffs back, and actually to clean this up, I can remove all of this so we don't have 2 matches here. And then we remove everything. We hit save. So it's just match that would say here. In the future, if you were to create empty brackets, you will only get match as a code and you have to create each match page separately. So as you can see, the match is still here. I press here, scores are the same as before, Icebox is still crossed out, and now there's a details button because the match page exists, so it will take us to this page, and we're back here. And if I would later want to add the VODs at a later date, because they got published on YouTube or whatever, you can enter them here. I can now just write this and it will, if I press show preview, at the bottom here, VODs, and it would also link it at the bottom of this box here. So that's how you convert an old match and how to basically add the match IDs to the match to update the scores. I can do the same for this upcoming match. We go add details. We go back to our generate page, head the select and copy. Then we enter this here. We do the same because I don't want to make a mistake in the match results. And we copy paste this part. We paste this in here. And if we hit save, as you can see, we now have this upcoming match with the countdown. And what I can do is remove this, just make sure that this match is closed, and then we've updated this bracket to the new format and we've added a future match. So if I were to go into this Valorant database and pick a random game, so this one would probably bug out a bit because it's not set up for this tournament and it's just a random match. But now, as you can see here, there's the details button with the upcoming countdown, and if I want to edit the match, I can do this, enter the match ID, hit show preview in case I want to double check things, and it will show the match I just added. So another thing left over from the previous Valorant tutorial, as you can see here, the player name is currently showing the team tag, which shouldn't be happening. We want the clean name. So what you would normally do is, in this case, we take this player name and we set a display name. So you head down, you copy paste this, and you'll see, okay, it's this player, it's Egoista Rain EU. It says Egoista, there's no other player, so we want to set, well, he's actually supposed to be called just Egoista, not FS Egoista with the Japanese characters. I can now hit set custom ID, and the custom ID is set. So if I were to go back on this match, just by navigating back, what I recommend doing is quickly reload the get details button, so press this again, and you can see he's now just called Egoista. And this is what you would do for all of these players or any future tournaments you want to add. You want to make sure that the right name appears. The same would happen if you have, for example, there's 2 potters, potter called Kristinchi and the potter the Thai player. What you would do is you would take, just like this for an example again, to this, and you can say potter tied player. So it needs to match the page name, is essentially what I'm getting at as an example. So that's how that works. And that's basically it. It's a lot more simple now that you don't have to worry about the individual code. It's just literally taking the match ID, putting it in. So example, we can take this example, put it in. If it needs to be reversed because the teams are on the different sides, you hit reverse. If it's not needed, you can just leave it as is. So for example, the first 2 matches here have reversed, the last one doesn't, and that's it. I recommend just trying out some new pages. If you see an upcoming tournament, try to do those. If you want to go back into an older tournament to convert the old matches into the new format so that each match has a match page, greatly recommend doing that so you can familiarize yourself and not screw up any ongoing things. Have fun with this new feature, and I hope you like it. And if you have any questions, report any bugs, reach out to us in Discord, and we'll hopefully help you.